so that I can see stuff. That all sounds pretty awesome. I will be with you all in just a second. I haven't looked at my phone today. Guess I should have did that before I actually came on here. I swear, I know what I'm doing. I gotta send out my pitch for something today as well. Oh, it's like you are live. Yes, well, thank you for telling me, phone. I appreciate it. What's it happening, everybody? I am Amara, Goddess of Blunder. I make Magic the Gathering content on the internet and out in the world, and occasionally I put my pajamas not on, and I have real clothes on, but I don't right now because why should I? I don't have to. I sold some cards, so I don't have to work today, so that's pretty cool. I should just sell cards all the time so I don't have to work. We're putting my collection in order while we talk about Final Fantasy, because I may as well multitask and do things at the same time. Yeah, that's multitasking. The words. Anyway, we've been putting my collection in order, getting things together to trade, things to sell. Hey, Caroline, what's happening? I need to send you your tracking number. Your stuff is on the way. Oh my gosh. This is why we're putting things in order, so we can actually find them, because, like, I know everything I have and that I own, but I can't find them sometimes. I did send you an extra thing, so you'll have to. It's very on theme for Wolverine. We'll just say that. Wolverine! Man, if I had claws, ugh, I would wreck people's lives. It is not a kitten. If you do get a box that has holes popped in it, it could be a kitten. It could be two kittens. You always have to get two kittens. You can't just get one kitten. The kitten always has to have a like brother or sister to play with. I've learned my lesson having cats. I'll always have two cats if I get a new cat, which I don't need any new cats. I am currently at cat capacity. Cat capacity. I think I'm funny. Let's see here. Talking about Final Fantasy, I gotta bring up my Mox field here. Burp. I'll bring that up over here. I don't think I have it on my OBS right now, so I'll just pop that up here. Cat capacity. We're funny. No, I don't want to make a new deck. I want to see my collection, please. Boop. And my binders. Boop. There we go. We'll get there eventually. Oh my god, Surveil lands? I didn't realize how much Surveil lands were, what was happening with them. I was like, maybe I sell all these Surveil lands so I don't have to work this week. And I was like, that sounds like a good idea. Let's see here. Capture window to. Nope, I already capturing that window. I want to capture this window. Yeah, capture that one. Boop. Maybe you don't want to capture it. Why do you not want to capture the window for me? Yes, please. I don't really care what your capture method is. Just do it. Oh, you know why? Because my camera is probably over top of it. There we go. My camera was over. Yeah, they went crazy. They were awesome. Like when they came out, I was like, these are really good. I like it better than Scry. It's almost like I'm drawing a card because I'm throwing them in the graveyard. So like, they're freaking awesome. So like, I don't know. Nobody was buying murders and nobody was just buying the singles, so I was just like, well, I'll just buy every land, surveil land that they have around me. So I paid like $4 or $5, I think, for them. I was like, I'm gonna use them in all my decks. Even though I have a whole bunch of Golgari ones, which is weird because it's a color that you want to throw things in the graveyard, and I don't use them for anything because apparently, I don't play a lot of Golgari. I mean, yeah, that's what I was told, and I was like, okay, and then I was entering them into my Mox field, I was like, oh, I see. I was like, that is more than what I thought they would. Let's see here. We'll start. If I slowly do this every day, eventually I'll finish. That's what I tell myself. I don't even know if these will show up. I think they will. Yeah. Okay. That's like I'm pretty sure they will. Let's make Moxfield just a little bit bigger. Beep. I was gonna say they probably don't come up with a price though. But at least I can log them into my system. I just want a playtest card that shows up on Moxfield with me on it. So I can enter myself into the computer, into the system. I will be remembered forever. So how's your day going? I just woke up. I'm a mess. I was like, okay, stop petting cats. Let's. I use cats as an excuse a lot of times. Like Buzz, or not Buzz. Oh my gosh, he looks like my old cat Buzz. Mandalorian came in and he just flopped down next to me, and I was like, well, guess this is where I'm staying for a while. If I was flexible to enter myself, I would get nothing accomplished. uh, I think I'm funny. This is what you get. Sleepy me. Oh, I must have been. Must have been. I keep finding pieces that I'm like, oh, this must be my Yuriko. Oh, that sounds fun. Oh, yeah, gotta get that in. Gonna have a little while where you gotta improvise and work around the little one. That's one of the only nice things about not having children is I'm like, well, I can do whatever I want, but then I'm like, oh, I have all these cats. No, I cannot do whatever I want, whatever I want. I figured I was gonna build Katrina of Myra's Marvels. At some point, I'll probably talk about Final Fantasy cards. I brought them up on the side. I'm like, I keep starting back at the beginning because I keep adding cards, and I don't make it anywhere. Orin's Inspiration, I think, actually will see play. If, I don't know. I kill people all the time with the Warhammer version. That gives them lifelink and +2/+2, and they want to say vigilance. But that thing always wrecks people's worlds, so I don't know. Scroll rack, what the hell? This is... Okay, this definitely was parts of my Yuriko deck. Like, these cards look familiar. Diabolic Vision. This is such an old card. Diabolic Vision. Yeah, I gotta. Choco is pretty much done. I'm excited. I have to film some videos this week. I gotta make my videos for my deck techs, for my Final Fantasy decks that I built, which are almost finished. Unfortunately, all the cards haven't been spoiled, so I can't actually show my decks yet. And I can't build them on Moxfield to show them yet, so... Because all the cards aren't there. So I'm like, well, okay, guess we're just gonna hang out here and wait. I'm so excited for this set. There's still so much cool stuff that I haven't shown yet. Ugh. And then I have to go make sure that they haven't what they've shown and what they haven't shown. So that's what I'm always like. Well, I'll just use the official spoiler list over here. So if they haven't added anything, it's not my fault then. I'm always afraid that I'm going to break NDAs, so I'm just like, I am going to follow this NDA as closely as I possibly can. Oh, Aurelia, War Leader. This was actually supposed to go in my Aurelia deck. So I had the foil city version. I do like the city border for Aurelia. They reprinted Aurelia War Leader and freaking Foundations. This is ew. Ew. I'm gonna go play Standard now. Boros Angels. Yeah, but I do really like the city border. I don't know. It looks nice. It doesn't detach from the or detract from the artwork. I feel like some of the borders can be like all crazy and just I don't know take away from it. Okay, that needs to just go in my deck. I was rebuilding my angel deck because I mean it just does angel things. There's just once there is too many versions of a creature type, I feel like they lose their uniqueness. I don't know. I wish they would slow down with some things. Like when they do have like a big set, like it's just all dragons basically and stuff like that. It just they start to seep into the other creature types. But that's just my opinion on that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't work for Wizards. Mycosynth Gardens is really cool. I like this card. I like anything that lets me copy stuff. But Orange Inspiration, I do really like. I know I've said this multiple times on multiple streams, but the flashback I feel like is gonna be nasty. I don't know, because eventually when I have too much mana, I need something to do with it, so anything I can just dump mana into. I mean, 7 mana is not super hard mid-game to cast something. Cloudbound Moogle. I wish he had spiky hair like Cloud. And I like things that have plane cycling and stuff like this. Especially since, well, luckily they didn't make it cheaper because if they did, you'd be able to just recur it and plane cycle again. There's multiple creatures and things that would let you cycle it back through. What else? Muggle's Valor, I'm pretty sure I'll probably use for things. It reminds me of Spider Swarming, which I use all the time, so I'm just like, oh, you know what? This does the things that I like to do. And the rare job types are pretty gross. Like, they do pretty cool things. I'm also a fan of the jobs for dog meat, as I can bring back artifacts that have the job type, so I can actually just equip them when I cast them from my graveyard, or get them back from my graveyard, which is pretty cool. So there's a whole bunch of these that I want to try out. My main dog meat deck, which was just an upgraded precon, one of my nastiest decks. So like I don't change things out very often in it, but I do have 3 other dog meat decks. One's just the precon with no upgrades, and then I have a dog meat deck that's just artifacts and equipment, and then I have a dog meat deck that's just all enchantments and auras. So I'll probably test out most of these job ones that I can, and my just equipment one. I don't know. We didn't get a lot of cool enchantments, which kind of makes me bummed out. I'm always it is a lot of dog meat. I don't play around. If you're gonna get dog meat, you get all the dog meat. That was what last year I built like 4 dog meat decks. So it's like, well, I guess I didn't build the precon, but I was there in spirit when it was being built. Oh, here's the dog playtest card. Dog drawn. This is actually one of the playtest cards I played in my last unknown event as my commander. I was like, ooh, dragons and dogs? And it creates armadillo cloaks? Okay. I was like, these are all my favorite things to do. Well, I was like, that's just silly. I love that it makes armadillo cloaks. That was the part that really got me because that was like one of my favorite enchantments as a kid. Uh, Even the paladin one is pretty good. I mean, you're getting a 3/2 creature for 3 with Ward 1, which is not bad. I don't know. There's a lot of cards I'm interested to see how they work in Standard. I'm excited to participate in the Arena pre-release, so we'll be showing off the cards there, and also on Magic Online, I do believe too, because I think, yeah, creators, we get to play it early, so we'll be showing off some decks. One of those Wednesday nights. We don't have all the scheduling told to us yet, so I'm just making it up as I go. Would be nice because then I can schedule my days ahead, so I'd know what days I'm doing things. Knights of the Round. They finally spoiled this. I was very excited because this was like one of my favorite summoning spells from Final Fantasy. Like, I don't know. I used to when people would come over and be like, "Watch this! This is the coolest thing you'll ever see," and it was never the coolest thing that anybody wanted to see, except for me. Me and my brother are like, "Hee, look how cute this is." Everybody else is like, "Yeah, that's a computer or a video game. Cool." Like, you don't understand how cool this is. I forgot about a bunch of these Jumpstart commanders. I was sitting there going through this box yesterday, just flipping through because I was looking for cards. So I had some stuff that I sold yesterday, so I was like, well, I gotta get these. And then I was like, ooh, I just found a bunch of other stuff. I was like, I forgot about some of these things. And there's some cool ones. She's really cool. I would like to cosplay her. It's a human soldier. Red and 2 colorless. Double strike. Whenever you cast it, yeah, she's very similar to the new Lightning. Interesting. I haven't seen any Jumpstart anywhere around here. I don't know. Our stores never get stuff back in, so once the set sells out, that's it. We probably never see boxes or packs ever again. It's silly. It makes me sad. I kind of want to rebuild my legendary binder. Like back when I was a kid, I just had a bunch of one big binder that had all my legendary creatures, but now there's so many legendary creatures that I don't know if I can actually do that. I don't know if that is a thing that's possible. There's just so many legendary creatures. I mean, it would be a very large binder, and it would be a pain because it would have to be updated all the time. And I imagine as often as we get legendary creatures, never. Okay, let's turn this down. I don't know what this is. I don't want to listen to this. There we go. Ah, what's going on, Quinn? I am talking about magic cards and talking about all these Jumpstart commanders that I forgot about from the last Jumpstart sets. Like, I forgot about this Minotaur Warrior. I forgot about her. Oh, that is not how you spell her name. That's not even a creature of any sort. I'm just making stuff up, Quinn. I blame the Wu-Tang Clan in my ear. Nerdiv, the devious diver. Oh, you know what? She's pretty cool. Merfolk Rogue. Apparently, now we're just looking at magic cards I forgot about. She's pretty cool. I don't want to build a deck around her, but I think she can go in the 99 of a couple of things. And I figure if I eventually just keep doing this every day, we'll finish. Maybe eventually I'll have all my trades and selling cards online. I doubt it. I tell myself that. I forgot she makes jellyfish? I need more jellyfish. We need more octopus. We need more sharks. We need to go to a water world. Like, not Kevin Costner water world, but like water world. I'm just excited to cast all these summoning spells. I don't even care if they end up doing anything. But Knights of the Round. This is freaking cool. Like, you get a 3/3 indestructible. I mean, it's 8 mana, but you're getting freaking. So you got Arthur comes down, and then you have all of his knights. So you get all 12 of these, and I mean, if you still have all 12 of them at the end of this, and ways to bounce back and forth up and down the saga, which there's plenty of ways to do that. You might actually make it be able to go to ultimate end and then bounce it back. I don't know, should be interesting. This thing actually is really good, the Aura Sight. Like, not that I've played against myself or anything. Like, a lot of times people don't want to actually, like, get rid of things, removal, or use their removal to get rid of things. Unless you really steal something they really don't want you to take. But the fact that it also lets you just take any non-land permanent, that's pretty cool. Yeah. I'm gonna put all sorts of things in this big crystal. Like, it seems good. I mean, you're only paying one extra mana too for basically a mana rock. Freaking Moogles. This card makes me happy. I have it in my Chocobo deck. My Chocobo deck, I was like, you know what? I can put Moogles in here too. I was like, this is gonna be a deck of cute Final Fantasy things. I gotta film some videos with Choco this week, so I'm excited about that. And a podcast tonight that I'm on with Uncommon Commander, not Uncommon Commander, Unskilled Commander. My friggin' brain. Uh, this artwork for freaking Knights of the Round. So cool. Yeah, they already premiered that. Premiered. And these ones, I think, are in the starter decks. The 2-pack there. I don't know if they're in the main set or not, though. Do they have different? No, they still have the same. Who else do we have? Do they add anybody else? Champions from Beyond is really good. Yeah, it seems really cool. Like, yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, Morgan and Choco are both together. So this is probably the stupidest thing that I'm going to complain about this set is these Chocobo Knights. They're Chocobo Knights. They're riding Chocobos. There's 3 Chocobos. And then, this works perfectly because they have a card next to it. Human, warrior, and a pilot. So you got 3 different things on here that he is. Which, I'm not complaining about that. My complaint is this is just a human knight and not a human knight bird. Or a bird human knight. Like, I understand they probably didn't want to give it landfall because that would make it Selesnya. Or more Selesnya. But they're clearly birds. They're clearly chocobos. So if anybody wants to use them as a bird, I will allow it. Just rotting things. I don't care. They're not gonna do it right. I'm gonna just change it. The Plunder Dome can do whatever the Plunder one wants to do. God damn it. The Plunder Dome is just chaos. It's always about the Chocobo, Quinn. It's always about the Chocobo. It's never about the people. It's always about the Chocobo. Yeah, maybe it's only chocobos that are by themselves. Lone chocobos. Like, domesticated chocobos don't count as birds, apparently. They don't get to have their own card type. That's why there's so many cat cards, because cats just refuse to be domesticated. Academy Elite actually is a good card. I don't know. It does things. Too many copies of it. Bought a lot of Conspiracy. So I know these are not the only 2 copies that exist. Oh, these were not the list. I guess it doesn't really matter. Sometimes it does matter. What? Stream Boo? Thank you. My mods on top of things. I appreciate that. Makes my life much easier. Then I'm not clicking buttons. More buttons? Who knows what happens when I start clicking buttons? Sometimes I break stuff. I'm still baffled that, like, the Surveil lands, I have so many copies of the Golgari one, and I just apparently don't use it in any decks. But apparently I just don't have any Golgari decks. I don't know. You would think that would be one of the Surveil lands that I would be using all the time. I mean, Golgari, that's what they do. What are we looking for? Tricksteel Mutation? No, that's the list version. Ugh. Tricksteel Mutation is really good. It's obnoxious. This is so terrible when somebody puts it on your commander. This freaking Sid is pretty cool, though. I'm very excited about using him for things. I got so many cool equipment and vehicle things. See, these are the kind of search cards I use. Don't use ones that are usually too powerful. And most of the time, it's not to grab something that's going to ruin the game. It's usually just something to keep me alive or goes with my plans. Riders of Gavany. I do like Cloud's Limit Breaker as one of the tiered things, so it shows him bouncing back and forth. I do want to play some Final Fantasy today. I was excited. Since I sold some cards, I was like, I don't have to work today. Success. I was like, maybe I should just sell magic cards every day so I don't have to work. Like, it's not like I'm using them all for anything. Oops, Terrabin. Oh, Terrabin, spelling you wrong. Boop. Do I want to make human creatures? I don't. Boop. I can always tell when it's decks that I took apart. Sanctuary Blade. That's interesting. So many cards just kind of disappear. Disappear into the ether until somebody reprints it and we're like, ah, this is a cool card. Ruin Crab. Sanctuary Blade? Where are you? I guess I'm going to have to write more words. So weird. I mean, you can bounce it back and forth in colors. It's like a letter opener. I mean, whatever works, I guess. Oh, Gale. Wired Depth Prodigy. I gotta freaking finish Baldur's Gate at some point, but we're playing multiple Final Fantasies at the same time. It's not helping. I really do like these Dancer's Chakrams. I mean, I'm definitely putting that in dog meat. The fact that it gives lifelink as well. Ugh. And my commander. Other commanders. Other commanders you control get +2/+2. Okay, I guess if it's attached to your commander, it would have to do other commanders, so it can't give itself lifelink. Which I guess makes sense. Or at least if it's your commander, you can. General Leo seems pretty cool. It just brings stuff back from the graveyard, which is usually how much 5 mana does things, but then it's a +1/+1 for each creature you control. That could be nasty, especially in soldier themed decks. What else did they add? At the beginning of each end step, if you put a counter on a creature this turn, investigate. Imagine that's not too hard. A 2/1 with flying for 2. It's pretty good too. Imagine it actually can get in for damage as well. And Spirit and Cleric. Protection Magic. Good King Mog. Yeah, he's so cute. Jimbo. Trying to see what other things they may have added since the last time. That's the thing, is there's still so much stuff that they haven't showed, so I'm like, Secret Rendezvous is great. And these are all reprints. You know, let's just go all the way to the bottom where we were. This is round where we were. Oh, Kefka. So my Kefka deck is a mill deck, and I didn't, since they already had a deck with Final Fantasy VI, I was like, well, you know what? There's Final Fantasies that don't have a lot of cards, so I was like, I'll just combine all the villains from all the Final Fantasies together. Just make a Grixis villain mill deck. The funny thing is, it's a mill deck that goes both ways. So it's like, yeah, basically, that's what I did with the Doctor Who decks too. I was just like, well, you know what? These can just all go together. And the funny thing is, it actually works pretty well together. Like, it can either mill itself and win, or it can mill your opponents out if it wants to. It's like, I have to have multiple ways to win, but then it seems to work really well. I ended up using the Anala reprint that they made, so I could make my Final Fantasy IX deck, so I could fit enough colors in it, but it's basically just Rakdos Wizards. But it has all the characters from Final Fantasy IX in it as well, besides wizards, so the wizards are just kind of a side way to kill people. Well, I can't show everything yet, so my deck is just sitting. I can't even enter it all into Mox Field yet, so I'm like, well. So I'll have a giant deck dump, I guess we'll call it. It doesn't sound great. Yeah, it should be pretty cool. I'm excited to play them against everybody. I feel like wizards are pretty nasty now. Actually, these are almost all the decks that I'm. Lightning is my Final Fantasy 13 deck is like a legendary hero deck, so it has all the Final Fantasy 13 characters in it. I had to. I still haven't figured out who the commander is because I needed to have multiple colors in it because of certain characters being in weird colors. So it's like, well, I need at least 4 colors, which is a pain. I know. Feels like they're not coming out as fast as they. I mean, we still have like 11, 12. Yeah, we have 11 more days of previews. Which is crazy. But there's so many bonus sheets and things, so. My Noxus deck is basically equipment. That's the thing, is lightning would be really, really awesome with equipment. So I do have some of special equipment in there, but like it's mostly legendary stuff. didn't want to make a Joda pile of poop deck. I hate Joda so much. Like almost any Joda deck, I will just kill you if you're playing Joda. Like I'm like, you can do it, but most likely I'm just gonna kill you. Like I'm not gonna target you on purpose because you already know it's happening. You should be aware that you will be killed and targeted. Like I don't care what people play, but sometimes like you know you're gonna be a problem. It's just so silly. That's insane. Why is this a $13 card? That's insane. Is it because it's from the... No. Are there multiple... Was it only in those? Huh. I did not realize that it was only a list card and a theme booster card. Hmm. Starnhelm Aspirant. This one here. The angel spells cost 2 less to cast. Freaking $13.99. It's insane. See, that's why I don't like to just get rid of my bulk until I've gone through things, because I'm just like, you never know. Sometimes there's just silly cards that I'm like, you don't even think about it. You're like, yeah, this is a good card. This is an uncommon or a common card, and you just throw it aside. And there's so many rare cards and mythic cards that are worth nothing, so you just never know. Man, they better show Ultras if he exists. I just want to make it. Yeah, people love their angel decks. I mean, I used to have multiple angel decks, but I took most of them apart. I think I still have two. I have my Boros Angels, and I have my what's his name? Shelumgar? No, it was one of the original demons from Innistrad that used to kill angels, which is just a. I just want to sack angels and bring them back. It's just silly. Yeah. I should definitely remember the name. It's Gengar. One of my favorite Pokemon. There's so many cards that I have that I've never even cast. Like, I think this has probably been sitting in a plastic sleeve since 2013. So if it says 2014, it's probably the year before. Like, where did this come from? I know. Yeah, we did. I imagine at some point we have to be going to a world that's water related, or just lots of. I don't know how you would do a water world though. Like, there's a comic book called Low, where the world is heated up so terribly that everybody has to live under the ocean, and they live in these big biodomes underneath the ocean, and they have to be really far down since the sun is just burning everything, and as we made the world unlivable, so we had to go underwater. Beautiful comic book. There's a lot of really beautiful artwork, and it's interesting as they go from these different biodomes that are like these different cities ruled by different war leaders and things. This is not that Myling. Celestial Wind. Okay, there we go. Oh, it was the. That's why I couldn't find it. It was the Planeswalker one from the Planeswalker decks. Yeah. Like, I would imagine it would have to be like biodomes of some sort, like underneath the sea. And like each one be different themed color wise, I guess. Because otherwise, I mean, everything would be an island. Can't have that. There's some cool cards that I kind of just. Yeah. Better have a freaking Sequest DSV set. Just to watch Sequest all the time. And C Lab. It's like I used to watch. I was really, a really stupid one that I knew would never happen would be Briscoe County Jr. when we went to Outlaws. It was like, yeah, probably, there's probably like maybe a couple hundred people who remember that. Oh, that's cool artwork for this one. This? Wow. Kami of the Crescent Moon. Uh, I might have to, I think I have that on DVD. Even though it's probably on HBO. Trying to remember who owns the rights to that. I don't know why. Full of useless information. Hi, Mando Mandalorian. What's happening? It's the mayor. You kept me from getting up this morning. Because I was like, I just want to pet Mando. Yeah. What are you doing? You're so silly. Yeah, you're gonna step on that? I gotta go write my pitch for the space set. I'm very excited about the space set. Like, I, he's so silly. The Mando agenda is just to make me not do things. It's always his fault. He's just so silly. He like comes in and it just flops down next to me, and he just wants me to pet his belly, and then he'll fall asleep while I'm petting his belly. So I'm like, ah, now where do I go? What do I do? I can't move him. It's like he chose to come over here and be with me. I can't just leave him. Why is Esper Sentinel so expensive? What is happening? Like, I really want alien stuff, and part of me is like, most of these companies kind of put out stuff at the same time that other companies are doing things. So, like, we have How to Train Your Dragon came out, is going to be coming out, and we just had Dragonstorm. Like, it, you notice things, the way they do things, if you pay attention to enough different pop culture things, I guess. So weird to me. So, with an Alien TV show coming out, a Predator animated series, and we're getting a new Predator movie this fall, I was like, and we're going to space this fall, and I'm like, if you don't have a secret layer for Alien, or like an alternate art thing, I will be so sad. Don't make me sad, wizards. But if you do aliens, I know somebody who is obsessed with them. Surprise! Me and all my goddamn hobbies. uh, I just like all my if they do a Mass Effect, like Mass Effect is there's so many things that would fit perfect. Commander's Plate, you silly card. Oh, I should. Oh, yeah, it's not as great in dog meat. I remember why it's not in dog meat. Dog meat's too many colors. I mean, I have a lot of creatures that it could go with in it, but I like to hook everything to dog meat, so I do like this birthing pod. It's pretty cool looking. Oh, this is a foil one. I like the weird art and stuff. Like when I play them, I'm like, oh yeah, this is pretty cool looking. And I was like, this is unique and weird. I like my unique weird stuff. I still have Nazgul left if anybody is looking for any specific Nazgul. In my quest for Nazgul, I got all 9 of mine, and then I still have like 4 extras. Like, so SIDS are a pain in the ass. I will say that I pulled more SIDS than I did Nazgul, but I still did not pull anywhere near the amount of SIDS that I need. Basically. 339. Which Nazgul is this? That's none of these. Oh, that's the stupid collect. I forgot there was a collector set. Is it both of these are the same one? Yeah. Apparently, I have 2 of this Nazgul. I was so excited. Good God, Nazgul! What is happening? That's insane. Uncommon cards should not be that expensive. That's silly. The first one? Okay, so I do still have 4 Nazgul. Boop. So cool. It's one of my favorite decks. They really shouldn't be, ever. Oh, there's freaking uncommons in the new sets that are really super expensive. That, like, stock up. I was like, oh. I was like, oh, is this an etched foil one? It feels weird. It's ever so slightly raised, which always makes me wonder. I mean, I imagine it's not that much of a difference, but I know that I have a deck that has a lot of foils in it, and I think it must make your deck ever so slightly bigger than normal because it doesn't fit in the box properly that it's supposed to fit in, which really kind of pissed me off. I had specifically bought a cat box for my cat deck, and then I double sleeved my cat deck because it's got all the like crazy expensive swords in it, and so it's like, well, I'll double sleeve this since I play it a lot. That's usually how I decide whether or not I double sleeve something, is if I know that I'm gonna be using it a lot. Freaking Bristly Bill is freaking awesome. So I'm going to bring all 4 of my decks that I'm building out of these. And I'll probably end up bringing just the pre-cut. It's probably just going to be a lot of Final Fantasy stuff that I'm bringing with me. I'll have a giant Chocobo puppet. I'll have a Final Fantasy costume. Apparently, I'm that person who's bringing all the Final Fantasy stuff to Magic Con. But that's what I'm supposed to do, right? I am a Final Fantasy ambassador. I have a new vest that my um, sister-in-law is making. I'm pretty excited because I usually have my Bristly Bill is so good. Like, I have them in my Black Panther deck. They're so silly. Oh, I forgot about this. I do want to go find any of the bird mounts and make them all into chocobos. Makes me sad that I don't have mounts. Forgot I was gonna skip this song. Don't really care for it. Oops. Oop. Is Rick and Morty back? I used to be able to keep up with everything that was going on in my pop culture world. Sorry, I got distracted by a commercial, an ad on my own stream. Oh, May 25th on Adult Swim? I will get my mouth around it. That's a weird thing to say. uh, I love Rick and Morty. I don't care. Like, I don't know. My humor, when something is humorous, I don't know. Even if it's bad, I don't know. Sometimes, I guess anything can be bad for anybody, so I try not to hurt people with humor. That's because you can be dirty and gross and without hurting people's feelings. This is ridiculous. It reminds me of like 30 Rock, where there's just no time. There's just joke after joke or Easter egg after Easter egg. And every time you watch it, there's something new that you catch that you missed. It's one of those things I can rewatch. I love these Fallout cards. I was going through my one of my 4 dog to meet decks, so I was looking for a card that I knew I had a copy in the deck, so I was like, I'll just go find that one and I'll replace it with the other one that's somewhere in the house. Oh, this is a Surge Foil Vandal Blast. Ooh. Hi, Pupper Dog. Yeah, did you find me? It just comes over, he's like, hey, pay attention to me. I'm very excited about this Terra. I've been putting her in freaking, my Agatha deck. That's all your fault, Quinn. I was like, wait a second, I can make all these special abilities, like the trance, cost less? Okay. Hi, pup. Yeah, you're a good boy. You're just hanging out. He's like, yeah, we could go for a walk if you... No, I didn't mean to use the word. I did mean to use that word, but I forget that I shouldn't use that word. That's the only bad thing about dogs. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot that you told me that. I keep forgetting that. Hey, stop doing that. I'm trying to use my hand for things. I keep forgetting that she has that on her other side that there's other colors. uh, I can't use her as... Yeah, well, I'm just going to end up making another Final Fantasy VI deck. Oh, Vive. Vive is stupid. Seems really good. And Ultimacia, I don't know if she's in the main set or if she's only in the starter decks. Because I saw her in the starter decks. Extra turn cards, I don't like using unless I know I can win the game and I'm playing with other people who are also doing things like that. This Yuna seems really, really good. Like, seems silly to me. During your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have trample, life, and ward 2. Like, seems really good. And then at the beginning of your end step, you can return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. So not only that, if you lose the creatures that you're throwing, which are most likely your summons, I'm excited about that. Oh, Rick and Morty. You make me laugh. I like Zidane's ability too. Like, seems like it's silly and fun to use. And yeah, like in the 99, like I was just actually looking at my Marina deck. My room deck is basically I just want to turn my rooms into creatures. So I use a Nithya to bring them back. And if I can bring my rooms back as creatures that have trample, lifelink, and ward 2, and then use something to move my finality counters off of things, like Goldberry. I don't know. It's a lot of steps, but I feel like it would be cool. I'm like, Because it's funny when you bring the rooms back, they activate both sides of themselves. uh, so then I'm just dumping things in my graveyard as fast as I can so I can bring them back. I love these Fallout cards. They just make me happy. Ravages of War. Exactly. At some point, maybe I'll cast Ravages of War. I did have land destruction, like full on land destruction in one of my commander decks at one point, and it was basically a way for me to win, where I would just wipe out their lands after I wiped out everything else they had, and then I get to keep all my stuff and I win. But it's still not everybody's favorite. I do love the friggin' art though. Little nod to Planet of the Apes. I love all my pop culture stuff. I don't know. Like I live in those worlds. Oh yeah. Necrobloom. I have Necrobloom in my Sporling slash fungus deck. But it's just in the 99. Slickshot out show off. This thing was really good before. Now I oh yeah, it is still pretty expensive. Figure if I have everything logged on here, I can find things easily and know what I have. Like, I do know what I have in my brain, I just don't know where it's located. It's just the problem. I love the art on this Archangel of Tithes. Freaking gorgeous. Like, I, I'm excited that we're going to all these different kinds of things like space, and we got Cowboy Worlds, and I really would like to go back to Kaldheim. That was like one of the worlds like I feel like we didn't spend enough time in. And this is actually going in my Angel deck, so I'll keep that somewhere else. Oh, I put things aside all the time, and then I forget why I put things aside all the time. Like, I do have a cool deck where it's just a bunch of this effect where I steal things with, like Zane does, so I'm like, I was like, I might actually be able to make the deck work with Zidane as its leader, or at least make it do things. Before I'm just stealing like a random one creature at a time. But there are ways to make it so I can steal everybody's creatures by like using things like Zada effects. I like doing weird things in Magic. Why is Nezahal? What is happening? Nezahal was worth nothing. This is why I need to have things logged, because I can't keep up with Magic. I would have just traded a Nezahal for, like, nothing. I forgot he did... so, a Magic story. Apparently, I like to tell stories. Um, I usually just kind of meander my way back when I go back to from Magic cons and things. Yeah, basically. I guess. Apparently, people figured that out finally. Like, it was a awesome card back when I was using it. And now I'm just like, well, I guess it does do all the things and makes it really hard to get rid of. And you're drawing so many cards that it doesn't really matter that you're discarding cards either. And discarding cards, most likely, you don't care that you're doing in that kind of deck anyway. So, and there's ways to make it a positive. I don't know. That is not a heat drink crab. So at the last Magic Con in Chicago, I was just like, yeah, we'll just hang out in the hotel lobby for a while because they had a nice little lobby with a little convenience store and stuff. So we just sat there playing Magic most of the day, and we kept running into people who were also either leaving or. So we just sat there hanging out, and then at one point, Evan Wong was on her Blue Sky and was like, "Hey, is anybody still here and want to play Magic?" I was like, "Yes, yes, Evan Wong, I would like to play Magic with you." And then they were like, "Hey," they're like, "We'll be down in a second." Well, they started talking and they got into a conversation. I couldn't see who they were talking to. They were on a couch on the other side of where me and Tom were hanging out, and I was like, "Hey Tom, we're gonna play with Evan Wong," and he's like, "What?" He's like, "What?" It's like, "How is this happening?" So And then they're like, hey, we have a fourth, and the fourth was Jesper Esping. I'm like, like my brain just didn't know what was happening. I was like, I didn't think I would ever meet you ever. I was like, you're one of my favorite magic artists of all time. You've done all these crazy artworks that like one of my favorite Merfolk Trickster is one of my favorite arts where she's like dragging the guy off the boat, and they've done so many legendary creatures and things that I'm just sitting there like trying not to like fangirl out and geek out. So we sat there and we played Magic with them, and then freaking Tyler Jacobson came over and just sat down, and then he was like, "Hey, what's going on, guys?" And I'm like, "What is happening? What is my life right now?" I was like, you three are, yeah, basically, I'm just like, ah. And Tom, he's like, do you know who these people are? Well, he knew who Evan Wong was, but he didn't know who the other two were. And I'm just like, so we ended up getting our picture with him afterwards, and we got destroyed by Jesper. I was like, that's fine. You destroy me. He's like, do you mind if I kill you all? I'm like, kill me away. Afterward, I told him who they were. I was like, Tom, they're like my rock stars, basically. like I, like there's only like one rock star I would be super excited about. It was Trent Reznor, but like magic artists and things, like without them, we wouldn't have my game, and it wouldn't be so cool. Yeah, like so many good cards, and like he doesn't ever come over here, like because he lives over in I think Denmark. So, like, I'm never gonna get to play with him again. But then he friended me on Instagram afterwards. I was like, what is my life? Afterwards, I wrote to him because they were trying to find a pizza place because he had never had a deep dish pizza and was in Chicago. And he's like, this is the only time I'm gonna get to do this. So I sent him over to Jet Pizza, and I was like, yay. I was like, Jet's Pizza makes this magnificent meat lover's pizza that's just like an inch thick of meat on top of it. I was like, it's magnificent. I was like, if you're going to come to America and be extravagant like us, I was like, try that out. Afterwards, I wrote to him. I was like, hey, how was your pizza? Because I was like, well, he did friend me on Instagram. I guess I could talk to him, right? I was like, that's so cool. I was like, at this point, anything extra that happens in my life is just kind of nice and cool. I understand how lucky I've been. Like, at this point, I'm just like, Final Fantasy ambassador. Like, if this was the last thing I'd ever do, cool. like, I was like, that's pretty awesome. I was like, at this point, it's just I can't really do it. Yeah, basically, it's just like, hey, everybody, Princess Wave. Like, I would love to do Spider Man. I would love to do the space set. Like, there's so many things that I just like. The things that I love, I'm passionate about, and like I obsess about. Like, I just like to bond with people over my hobbies, basically. I'm like, hey, I forgot I bought this guy. Oh, cool. Yeah, he will work. Sorry, I got all my brain was like, ooh, this would be cool. Oh, I was not spelling it properly up here. So I bought this guy the other day because I was like, ooh, this is silly. Bizarre Trader. He's a 2 mana, and target player gains control of target artifact, creature, or land you control. I was like, that's pretty fun. It's like a harmless offering, but it lets me just do it with anything. I was like, there's all sorts of silly things I can give to people. Not only that, I can give away my commander to somebody else during my turn. Like, there's a lot of really silly things you can do. I like silly, goofy magic cards. I'm just like, oh, this is stupid. I can do something stupid with this. I don't know. I don't care if I win magic games. But if I get to do the silly thing, yeah. That's awesome. Uh, I just love when people play with weird cards. Like, it's cool to play with the cards you know will win, but it's a lot more fun to me winning with the cards that I have to do work to do it. Makes me feel like I did something. Oh, life gain decks are so dangerous for the simple fact that, like, so a lot of times you're just attacking into them to keep their life total low, which is not a good strategy. But if you don't do it, and or especially if other players aren't helping you keep a life gain deck down, like, it can be a problem. I love Orzhov. I guess those devil's bargains are sometimes do not work out the way you want them to. I really like Run the Jewels. I got to see them with Rage Against the Machine. Rage Against the Machine went on tour one last time. That was a band that I never got to see when I was younger, and then they broke up in between the time that when I could afford to go to concerts and do things. Like, when I originally listened to them, my parents weren't going to pay money to go for me to go see Rage Against the Machine. But then they finally got back together, and then they only did they didn't finish their tour because Zach broke his uh, leg or foot, so he was like sitting in a chair during our thing. I was like, why is he just sitting there? I was like, oh, okay, he's hurt. Okay, so he only did like two more shows. Oh, ugh. Disappointing. God damn it. Nothing makes me angrier. There's bands that are some of my favorite bands that I grew up listening to, and then finding out things they did or just being terrible really ruins things for me. Like, same with artists. Like, I hate it, especially with Magic. Like, and I hate it when I only have like one version of a card. And I will usually just take it out of my deck just so that I don't offend anybody because I don't want anybody else to feel uncomfortable. And yeah, it fucking does suck. Like, especially since like some of the bands, then if I hear one of their songs, I'm like, oh, and it makes it even worse depending on what they did or or said, and I'm like, oh, well, that's not great. I don't remember what card this is, and it is in a lot of Japanese. Oh my god, that's so much Japanese. I do believe it's Urza's something. I don't know. Maybe it's no, it's like that flashback. Is it Urza's fire? Is it Urza something? It's either Urza or the robot. Is it Kicker? Maybe. I feel like it's the one burn spell that you can bring back from the graveyard. Mystery card. Urza's Rage? Uh, what the heck? That is not correct. I do not need this card. Urza's Rage. Mystic Archive? No, okay. It's not Urza's Rage. Yeah, it is in the set. Apparently, I'm missing it. I, if I see the Japanese Strixhaven cards, I will always buy them. Whenever somebody drops them off. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Can I just write in Strixhaven? It's 4 mana. It's 1 red and 3 colorless. And then the ability in the graveyard is 8 mana, and it's 3 red and 5 colorless. I feel like it's Mizzix's Mastery? Oops, I don't know how to... How do I spell Mizzix? Yeah. Oh, Z's. Okay, thank you. I'm sitting there, I'm like... I feel like that's it. No, Mizzix's Mastery... I guess I'll just spell the rest of the word. I feel like that we might be right. Oh, I saw it. Let's see here. 106. Aha! We did it. Good job. Thank you, Quinn. I think this is a foil version. The Strixhaven foils are really hard to tell if they're foil. There's just like really slight etching. We know our magic cards. That's what makes us so dangerous. There's certain players like you, Quinn, that I know to watch out for. I know you're dangerous. Okay, so this one, we're going to play this game again. It has beautiful art. Actually, I'll take it out of the sheet so you can actually... It's 1 green mana. Yeah, it's so delicate. And, like, you gotta, like, put it up into the light and, like, angle it. Okay, so we're gonna play the Strixhaven game again here. It's beautiful art. Uncommon. It's 1 green mana. I don't know if it's focusing or not on it. Trying to think of what this would be for 1 green mana. I almost feel like you're dumping something in the graveyard, I feel like. From the artwork. I wish there was an easier way to look it up. Can you just write Strixhaven? I don't think that'll work. It doesn't bring up a billion cards. 1 green mana, huh? What was in that set that did 1 green mana? Adventurous Impulse? That could be it. Adventurous Impulse. Boop. Let's go here. 1 up. Ah! Success! Adventurous Impulse. These actually need to go in my, on my board. I have a frame of all the Japanese cards from Strixhaven, because most of them I don't use them. I think this one is actually Growth Spiral. I feel like it's Growth Spiral. It's 1 green and 1 blue. Too much useless information in this brain, Gwen. Too much. So stupid. Like, I can't remember real things that are useful. Yep, it is Growth Spiral. Okay. So beautiful. I grew up in Japan for a couple of years, so, like, all the artwork and stuff, that's what I grew up with. Like, I miss it. Okay, this one, I do believe is a Zenith. I think it's Blue Sun Zenith. It looks like Blue Sun Zenith. Three blue and X. And it's got a big blue orb in the sky here, so... Apparently I wanted to make this difficult for me to enter my cards in. Oh yeah, I might be right. Is this one etched too? Yeah. I love seeing, like, the different versions of how people see cards, or see the characters and stuff. Like, it's fun to me. Like, I would have loved to see... I want to see all these Final Fantasy artists do more or Magic art with Magic characters, like they did with Liliana. Like, I would buy the shit out of that, Wizards. I don't know any better. Don't know no better. This Jace, oh my god. Like, if they did it like a freaking like how they used to do at like San Diego Comic Cons and did like a 5 pack, like how they did the zombie one, and they did the one with Magali art. Like I love those things. I don't know. This like my magic decks are the equivalent of me and my big gold chains and stuff like that. So like my decks that I love, I enjoy pimping out. It gives me something to strive for, I guess. It's something to look forward to. I'm like, you know what? This Jace is so silly. Like, I remember when I first saw him, I'm like, what? Target player puts 10 cards of his or her library in their graveyard. I was like, I can mill that many cards from people? And then I was like, I can make any player draw 20 cards? I had just come back to Magic at that point. Like, my friends, I finally found people that wanted to play, so I was like, I taught them how to play, and then I had just come back. Commander had just picked up with Wizards there, and they had just put out the new decks and introduced it to everybody. So I was like, what is going on here? What are these planeswalkers? I was like, I don't know what these are. Actually, like the first pack I bought when I came back was a new Phyrexia pack, and I pulled a Karn foil out of it. And I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, I don't know what this card does or what it's supposed to do. I was like, it seems like it's good. What is this nonsense? Part of me would love to have a giant gold chain that my deck box could be like attached onto, like my favorite deck when I'm walking around like comic or at Magic Cons. Just pull my deck out of my box. It'd be pretty awesome. God damn it. That's why I can't hang out with you, Quinn. I'm coming up with stupid ideas that I'm like, yep, this is happening. I'll just, oh, that would be okay, that would be a really silly product. Like, I feel like there would be people who would buy such things. Maybe that's what. Got us a Blunder deck box chains. Want to walk around in style at cons? Flavor Flav style. Deck box pendants. I would buy it. It'll be one of those things that I would just be like, yep. I mean, I walk around with a magic fanny pack sometimes. Like, it's got the Jester's cap on it. And yeah, I used to put my decks in it. I mean, 2015, I was still using it. Let me tell you, people are not nice when you're walking around with a fanny pack. I literally had somebody pull up one time just to call me a bad word. It's like what I thought it was somebody that I knew was pulling up to say hi. I was like, this is why I don't go outside. Reduced to dreams. I'm so glad we did go back to Kamigawa. I like to thank Daniel Holt for such things all the time. I was like, thank you. We really do. I imagine there probably are rappers who play Magic. Like, I noticed there's a whole bunch of wrestlers who play Magic that I didn't know either. And then I'm like, does Kimiko play freaking Magic? Like, the actress who plays Kimiko was doing the Final Fantasy thing with them at freaking PAX. And I was like, was that just like they found somebody famous to help? Or are they into Magic? Because I would love to play Magic with Kimiko. Like, that would make me so happy. Like, if I got to play with some wrestlers and got to talk about wrestling, like, I have too many stupid hobbies. They're super convenient, especially with, like, phones being so big. Like, ugh, like, for, for some reason, being Puerto Rican, you think I would have a big fat ass, but no, I can't get my ass to grow at all. So like my pants always fall off. So like having a fanny pack and putting my phone in there is so much more useful than my pants falling off. I don't want to go buy new pants. What am I gonna do with all these? Why do I have so many overwhelming denials? God damn it! Too many overwhelming denials. Can I have my opponents be my teammate during a commander game for Surge? I don't know how that works. Boop. Drink some water. I keep forgetting to drink water. I do so much. I could talk about Magic and my hobbies forever. Have you seen the previews for the Predator animated series that's going to be on Hulu? Ugh, it looks so freaking cool. Only a two-headed giant. That's what. Okay, that makes sense. That's like I love people and their hobbies and getting to bond through like magic and things because like then we find other things that we enjoy that other people enjoy too, like for the most part like magic has brought me into other people's rap, wrestling, space stuff, comic books, like video games. This is all the stuff that we grew up with a lot of. I mean, most of the community, like we were alienated, and now all the stuff that we love is popular, and which is super weird. I'm like, I remember when this would get me beaten up. Oh, this is just we're just parting the veil. We don't want to do the water veil. So it takes place in different time periods each episode. So there's different like a World War I pilot fighting Predator. There's um a knight fighting during like the Crusade fighting freaking predators. So it's like predators in different decades that have come to the earth to hunt and fighting the champions of those time periods. I was like, that's pretty cool. Like it's so weird like uh Alien and Predator was kind of like the first like universe beyond thing that or one of the first things. Why is this coming up as part the am I just veil? Okay. I was spelling things wrong. Yeah. Like it's so like the community makes me happy. Like this is my happy place. Like even if I don't get to see everybody all the time and like I see you all more than I ever see my family or my friends that I have in person. Well, besides Tom. Like I see people like once a year, maybe. At least that's what it feels like. I like the artwork of Parallel Thoughts. Comes into play. Search your library for 7 cards. Remove them from the game in a face-down pile and shuffle that pile. Then shuffle your her library. If you draw a card, you may instead put the top card of your pile you removed into your hand. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know. These are the 7 cards I need to kill you. Enjoy. This is happening. What you gonna do about it? And then there's the Predator movie that's coming out in November that has Dakota Fanning's sister, Ellie Fanning, who is in this wonderful TV show, The Great on Hulu. It's nonsense. It's historical drama with swearing and terrible nudity about the freaking Russian Czar at the time and his nonsense. Like, it's so stupid. There's just a lot of really crazy, weird things. As long as you don't mind nudity and swearing and bad humor and but anyway, she's in a Predator movie in November that takes place on the Predator planet, so I'm super excited about that. Uh, actually, one of my this was one of my first books over here was my Alien versus Predator Prey book. So freaking cool. It's got Makiko, who becomes like the first human predator. Like she helps the predator kill the aliens on there and ends up killing the alien, and then she ends up being brought into the predator stuff. So I have a toy of her too. It has her. I am a big fan of my heroines and their magic, or not magicness. Their being badass. Like my badass ladies. I feel like Mass Effect would have been a really awesome thing to come out. uh, Predator 2 is the first time you see the alien skull in the trophy room when Danny Glover walks into the onto the ship, and I just lost my shit. I was like, "That's a predator skull." My parents are like, what are you talking about?" Which was most of the time. My parents were like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Is imagine with a thing that happened. Like I know if they did a Mass Effect Universes Beyond, I would lose my mind. Like, ugh. Like I know a lot of people don't like Universes Beyond, and but there are certain worlds and things that like magic is based on is magic is not its own unique property for the most part. Like it is made up of all these things that we grew up with. Like and it's made up of the things that the people who made it grew up with. So like it's so good. I the original Predator is one of my favorite movies. It's classic 80s just nonsense. Like that would have never been made nowadays cuz they're so careful about they're like, "Oh, we got to make sure we maximize our audience." Where back in the day it was like, "This is crazy. Let's just do this. You want $20 million to make a movie? Here you go. Enjoy." Like RoboCop, Total Recall. Apparently, a lot of Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Okay, where's the Ingester? I was gonna say there's gonna be way too many Phyrexian cards to dig through. Just type it in. These foils were cool with the Phyrexian symbols in the text boxes. Another Phyrexian Ingester. I don't think I've ever cast Phyrexian Ingester for any reason. Imagine, I don't know, it's got cool artwork, but it's just, I don't know. I don't like that it has plus X plus Y. I don't even. Just start putting algebra things on my cards. I can't handle that. Can barely handle the simple math. Oh, plea for power. Yeah, that's basically. And the rules engine works so well to tell stories. And like when Universe Beyond, like the stories are already told. Like you, they don't have to make it up. So they're saving time just by not having to create new characters, create a new worlds, or even going back to those worlds and going, okay, have they changed since then? Like that's still creating things, which is taking up space and time. And like these Final Fantasy, every Universes Beyond set, like they've done such an excellent time, like telling the story of those characters. So I'm all in for it. I don't know. It's something that I enjoyed when I was a kid. When I got to a point where I was like, I'm just gonna make my own cards. Oh my god! If they made a freaking Dragon Ball set, like I remember when me and my brother were making cards. That was one of the things we were doing was Dragon Ball stuff. Like uh, Vegeta is probably my favorite Dragon Ball Z character. I don't know. He's so he he wants to be good. He's not terrible. He could be better, and he tries. A lot of times I feel for him because he knows he's badass and he thinks he's badass, and then he gets his ass kicked, and he's like, "Ah, I'm not as good as I thought." And I'm like, "Yep." That's why I never talk smack when I'm playing Magic or anything, because I know that at some point I'm just gonna get my head caved in, and when I'll be like say something cool, think I'm doing something cool, and then get my ass kicked. That has happened too many times in my life. I know better. I'm just like, yeah, but let's not do this. Even though if I'm playing when I'm playing Magic, my politicking is so terrible. Like I will just tell you straight out that I will kill you or kill your creature. I'm like, well, if you want to do that, feel free. But guess what? You're probably losing your shit. But then sometimes I don't actually have anything, and I'm like, oh, yeah. So then you really don't know whether or not I'm just talking shit or these goblins are so silly. These Draco Nodix goblin. I just got freaking Leonardo da Vinci, so I can build a Thopter deck. The only thing that stinks is he only has one color, so I gotta figure out if there's enough Thopter related things that I can make. Nautical. That is a weird word. Nautix? Draco Nautix? There we go. 121. Yeah, it'd be so cool. And then we could play Dragon Ball decks against each other. I would so build theme decks for each character. Uh, there's just so many cool things we could do. Hi, baby. What's going on? You wake up? You just wake up? You just wake up? Yeah. And Barbie was sleeping back here behind the TV. Or behind the monitor. She has her cat tower behind here. She just. Yeah. She likes it when I'm in here because then nobody messes with her. Like, my cats know when they're being douchebags, and then they know when they need to run. They're just like, ah, we're doing something bad, and they run away. I'm like, son of a bitch. The last ride is so silly. I mean, it's negative X. Well, I don't know. For one black mana, I guess there's probably ways to do silly things with the last ride. I don't know, though. It's weird because I really thought that I like the Rakdos uh, group would be the one that I was liked the most, but I think it's the ghost ones that I like. I just like the colors and the flames and the crazy big demons that they have. At some point, I'll talk about Final Fantasy again. uh, that's the thing too is I can't even upgrade my decks right now because I can't play with the Final Fantasy cards. So I'm like, oh, I want to upgrade Samut with some stuff, but like my forever decks, I upgrade. My other ones sometimes get upgrades. Oh, that's true. Cecil seems pretty cool. Like low cost commanders always seem to be pretty good. Like being able to bring them back often, and that's the way I see it. Soul Ring is really just a way to when your commander dies, you can cast it again without having to pay for it. That stupid tax. It's killing me. Like I have partial decks all listed that I haven't actually done anything with because I've got all the stacks sitting over there. I started sleeving them because I was like growing impatient. It's like I guess I'll just start sleeving these at some point. I made it a couple of days without opening them when they came in. I was like, I was like, there's so many days before I can talk about things. I really do like this Cavalier of Dawn artwork. It's super weird. And then we pulled two of them, which is one was a foil one. At some point, I'll rebuild my night deck. I had a night deck and it just did night things. Like, if a deck just does the same thing over and over again, it just doesn't excite me. Ah, nothing I love more than when the foils are worth less than. This Vive is gonna be so expensive. He's so cute and adorable. It makes me happy. It really is. He's super creepy. Like, I imagine he just goes up to people's windows and does that, and it's super creepy. That's his special power. I have so many Golgari lands. I don't want any more Golgari lands. For some reason, me and Golgari just don't get along. I don't know. It's probably because of green. Green ruins everything for me. Quit being so green, green. Aether Drift. And these gold lands, I will never have enough of them for, well, like the swamps. I didn't make any black decks, I don't think, or anything with black in it from Aether Drift. Like, almost everything ended up coming out because Samut I built and I love. I did, oh, I did build a Sita Varma deck, which ended up being a Simic deck. But I built them to play against each other, and they're both just basically vehicle decks. Yeah, you see yourself on the computer. That's always great. I have the fancy one, the anime one of that actually. So like, I didn't end up building. I want to rebuild my zombie deck. I used to have a Sidisi zombie deck, which I just took apart. But I think I'm gonna build Temet. Like, everybody ended up building the other one, but I was like, you know what? I just want to be able. Yeah, that one. I know exactly what that is. I might actually know how to do that pretty well. It's one of my useless skills I don't get to talk about very often. You know how I get very obsessed with my hobbies? There are other things I'm very good at. uh, oh, internet. You corrupted me very early on in my life. uh, Meat Hook Massacre. I found out that I have special interest. Yes, I like to tie knots. uh, that's like so. my, that side of my hobby world is great. I found out that I have like 3 Meat Hook Massacres, and I'm like, do I need all these Meat Hook Massacres? That's like, I would rather. I'm like slowly getting rid of stuff, like to people who need things for decks and stuff, just so they're getting used. I mean, it's just hard for me to say goodbye sometimes. So a lot of times, like, like some of my hobbies, like my video game collection, was nightmarish, and I was like, I'm never replaying any of these, especially with new games coming out. So yeah, it's like, and lots of people like. I have at least 2 of them that are in decks, so I'm just like, why? It is really hard to say goodbye sometimes to your cards or to any kind of hobby stuff. So like, I usually will just take a picture of my stuff so I remember it. Like, I know lots of people collect video games and stuff, so it's like I have this ridiculous collection that I'm not actually using, except for to walk into the room and go, "Yeah, I'm pretty cool." I look back at all my hobbies, and I'm like, I really was good at picking what was going to be awesome in the world. It's like video games, comic books. I just was born in the wrong time, apparently. Sakashima. Is this just normal Sakashima? Oh, this is the second Sakashima. I love Sakashima. Probably one of my favorite legendary creatures. Like, I love clones. Like, being able to bring things back from the graveyard just makes me happy. Or not graveyard, clone things. I do like to bring things back from the graveyard. I love this Kefka art. I like. I don't usually go to like Reddit or I don't go to like Magic Facebooks or anything like that because they're just terrible. But like I saw somebody was complaining about they're like did they have one of those kids from the child hospital draw this artwork and like so many people are just why are you being terrible for no reason, let alone that this artwork was drawn probably before you were born and you couldn't do any better. So that's me being mean. Like I don't make fun of anything that I can't do myself, like like it's like when somebody complains about, yeah, like somebody is like complaining about a football player. I'm like, can you go out there and do that yourself? Because if you can't, then you probably shouldn't be telling people how to do things. Oh, Daffy Voidwalker, you're so good. I am all about Daffy abilities. Like, I like my stuff going into my graveyard. I just don't want your stuff coming back out of your graveyard. I don't want you to even have a graveyard. Most of the time. Sometimes I do. What are you doing? You're so silly. You know, you're cleaning my fingers. Ghostly Pilfer, I love you. Like, this card has done so much work for me over the years. It's so simple. It doesn't seem like it is a terrible thing to deal with, so people just let it happen. And I don't know. I love it. Let me have it happen all the time. Like, it sneaks past people. It lets me draw cards. It lets me fill my graveyard. Like, it's really good. Yeah. Oh, that was at Commander Sealed. That was my commander the one year. I won the first two matches, and then when I got to the third pod, so he's freaking awesome. Like he does the work, and he always does. He always shows up, does his job. I love it. It's not until they're like being attacked and they're like, "Oh, you've been drawing cards this whole entire time. You've been filling your graveyard this whole entire time, and you've been just hitting people without having to worry about anything." I'm like, that's the thing is, everybody sees Magic cards differently too, so that's why I like playing other people's decks and seeing how they're doing things. And you can't know everything, unfortunately. I mean, after 30 years, I still learn Magic things every day, so it's like impossible to know everything probably, unless you have like a photographic memory, maybe, and you're obsessed with Magic. Uh, what are you doing, Barbie? She keeps seeing herself on the screen, and then she stops cleaning herself, and she stops moving on the screen, so she's like, ah. Ah, this Kefka makes me so happy. I would love to meet Amano. I was kind of hoping in Vegas they would be like, hey, we're having special guests. I would do just about anything to get to meet them. They just be like, I quit doing everything else that I was supposed to be doing. Figure out a plan. Be like, well, I do have this creator badge. I just act like I belong places until I get to him. Would be the first time that I've been in places I shouldn't be. Are you going to use that stack of cards as a headrest? That sounds right. That's You're silly. Can I put this over here though? I don't need this. I'm gonna put this over here too. Can I put this over here? I need to get all my full art lands together because I'm sure there's people who actually need all certain lands for the decks, and because I know I theme my decks, and most of mine that have cards that I theme decks with, have already done. So I just have a lot of extra ones just laying around. Resurgent. I was gonna say there's probably a lot of cards Zendikar related here. We're never gonna. Zendikar Resurgent 147. Boop. At some point I gotta go film these videos. Just kind of putting it off. The problem is I don't write my videos. My videos I just make. I'm like, okay, this is my idea. This is what's happening. I'm like, and then I just improvise it. And then usually it's only like one shot. Because I'm just like, nope, this is what's happening. I'm not making another video. Here at the Blunder Dome, we don't have producers or editors or anything. It's a guerrilla operation. We just we're like, okay, this is what's happening, and this is, yeah, that's the way I do things. It's so funny. Like a lot of times, like I think of what I'm gonna say. I'm like, okay, this is what the video's about. I was like, I'm gonna talk about this card, and then I just go with it because, like, I don't know. I find it more amusing that I'm just saying whatever, and like I don't know. My production values are not great. Like, there's so many people who have like editing skills and things, and I'm just like, I don't know. I've learned most of the stuff I've been doing over the last 3 years and just going with it. I don't know. Yeah, can I? Yeah, I'm gonna take this from you. You don't. This is a very. Why don't you use the other stack of cards? No. She's like, no, I want to use this stack, please. Yeah. Okay, now you're gonna knock it off the table. That's not gonna work. I mean, it will work, but I don't want you to do that. Yeah, lay on this stack. You're so cute. Oh, these Theros lands, the full arts temples, were really pretty. I really didn't get very much of Theros Beyond Death, which kind of sucks because there were some really good cards, especially that. There was some good equipment. Yeah, I'm trying to decide whether or not I want to do deck techs for my Final Fantasy decks, which I might just because I want to talk about Final Fantasy. And then I could talk about each game and why I put certain cards in the deck. Uh, I still don't even know who all the ambassadors are. Like they didn't tell us, so I don't even know who I could work with or anything. So I know some of them, and I'm like, and some of them I don't know them personally, so I always feel weird asking. Be like, hey, I know that you're an ambassador, but uh, that's the thing too is when they choose ambassadors and things, you can always tell when people know the properties and things that they're talking about, and you can tell when they're excited about it and when it's real and when it's fake. And that goes for almost everybody. I don't know. Like you can tell the people who are there for the right reasons. I don't know. I could get into a whole entire thing, but I'm not going to. Barbie, you somehow got your fur in between those cards. You shed too much, little girl. I love you, though. She's such a sweetheart. So many good cards. What really stinks too is I had started a project where I was taking apart decks and rebuilding decks, and then Final Fantasy made it so that I'm like, oh, there are a lot of things I want to upgrade. I'm like, ugh. So I guess now I can't upgrade my decks because I'm just gonna have to go back and redo it. So I'm like, I'll just wait. 294. Feel like I'm never gonna finish this project. Yeah. Yeah. At some point, I gotta find out whether or not Choco fits in my luggage. I'm sitting here looking at her, and I'm like, At some point, I'm going to have Wizards let me build a new character before it comes out as a puppet. I don't know if they will ever let me do that, but because I imagine they would have to let me see things beforehand. Because I would need like at least a month. But that would be pretty cool, Wizards. 191. I remember seeing this thing back when I first started playing Commander back in the day. It's a big 7-2. You can just keep throwing at people. I imagine there's probably some silly things you can do with that. I like silly cards. That's like I have all these Theros foils, like the ones that's the constellation ones, and I don't know, they're not my favorite. Didn't really use them for anything, so like I'm sure there's somebody out there who really likes them. I was just playing my Thalia deck the other day. It's Thalia Gitrog, and it's just a bunch of Gitrogs and Thalias. This is so stupid. It's the staxiest piece of crap in the world. It's Stax Landfall. It's stupid. I don't play it very often, and when I do, I'm like, oh, this is why we don't play this. Like, I love that there's a Gitrog monster that you can ride. But my question is, where did Thalia go? And did the Gitrog monster just leave? Yeah, it's works so well together. But I mean, Thalia has always done Thalia things. But then I have like Linvala and Draina in there, and like there's just a lot of ways to cause issues. And it doesn't help that I'm ramping at the same time, and then if my lands go to the graveyard, I'm getting them back. So it's just like it does its thing, and it does its thing well. That's like sometimes you could just put a pile of cards together and it just does its thing. Like that's like most like deck techs and things are just telling me things that I already know. So that's like, or just things that I'm like, yeah, okay, this yeah, okay, I can put that in the deck. That's what it does. It does exactly what it says on the card. Oh, good God. I'm so excited that Dark Confidant is back. Ugh. Some of the reprints are really good. I'm gonna have to put them in places. Thalia, I'll have to look at that. I love, like, I don't know, Death and Taxes was my favorite Legacy and Modern deck, so, like, I stacks. I'm a stacksy bitch. I know, I'm a problem. I love everybody who just leans into being the problem, and they know that they're the problem. Like, I know I go into games and I know that I'm probably a problem and going to be a problem. So even when I'm not doing something and somebody's attacking me, I'm just like, I get it. You don't know when I'm going to pop off and be terrible. So the closer I am to death probably is going to be good for you. Just in case I need to be put down. I've definitely been killed like within the first hour of a game and sat there for like 2 hours because everybody was worried about me. I guess I'll just sit here and talk about things. Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's like I have my decks that I'm like, well, if you want to be a problem, I'm going to be a problem too, decks. Like, I feel like that's you should always have that deck. Like me and Tom know our decks that are stupid and gross, and then we're like, well, you want to play that one? I'll play this one. We'll just do the thing to ourselves. So that's like you have to find the pods. I feel like that we let you under like I can look at people's decks and know what they do and what the problems are, and not a lot of people can do that judging wise. So like, but I mean, I played thousands of games of Commander, so like, I have a lot of games to put under my belt to know things, and I've been playing Magic forever, so like, but like, I understand what the bracket system is trying to do and help people because not everybody is as enfranchised as we are. Like, some people just play Magic, and they're like, "Oh, these are cool cards," and some of us are like, "I'm gonna build a deck out of this weird random card." uh, yeah, like everybody knows that they're just like, "Yep, yep, that sucks." Yep. Well, this is gonna suck for you. Oh, oh, yep, this sucks. Like, and you know what? Some of those are the funnest games just because everybody knows they're being terrible to each other. That's like going to Bruja's salt factory and just doing terrible things to each other. Like, we know what we're getting ourselves into. Like during the Predators for Change streams, like we know what issues we're causing. That's like one of the only times that I bust out Shieldred. Like I want, yeah. I love Bruja's Salt Factory. I've been out there like 4 times. I finally got defeated. Even though I did win the second game, so I technically have won on every stream. I told them they should build a championship belt. Nobody won my championship belt at the last Magic Con. I brought it with me, and then I didn't have another player, so I ended up having to play because I was just gonna referee the game and let somebody win the belt. But instead, I won the game, and I was like, oh. I was like, I guess I keep the championship belt. I guess them the rules. Oh, you know what? I might put Sundering Stroke in my deck just because it's all sevens. Put it in the Final Fantasy deck. I wonder if it's in the Final. No, it's probably not in the Final Fantasy deck. Yep, that's what I figure. I'm like, you know what? I'll just bring it with me each time. And if somebody wins it, then they can run off with it. But until then, I am champion. Uh, I would. We were talking about a wrestling world the one time, like a whole entire world of different wrestling groups that fight for like a giant championship. Like do like a yearly championship, and whoever wins the title, they that clan is in charge of the world for that until the next tournament. Different wrestling groups would be different colors in that world, or different fighting groups, I guess. I guess it would be more like a kind of a UFC slash hardcore slash wrestling world. That's right, wizards. Let me bring you some nonsense. But I think it would be really cool. I mean, like you could have like cool foil like championship cards. Like they could have the border across like be gold foil or something like that, and have it like shaped like a belt. I don't know. I grew up watching wrestling. It was just one of those soap operas, I guess, because that is what wrestling is. It's just a giant soap opera. This was a theme booster card too. Interesting. I don't remember buying the theme boosters. I feel like it would be a really cool world. Like, Like I could make that work. I feel like there would be cool, different rule pills that you could make for 'em. Like, who was I talking to about this? It was during one of my streams. I'm gonna have to go back and find out. We we're creating a whole entire world the one stream. There we go. I was like, Protean Hydra. Oh, mending of Dominaria. I was doing land destruction during Dominaria when we went back. That would have been like 7 or 8 years ago. Right? Uh, Two of my friends, they used to do backyard wrestling over in their uh, where they lived, a small little town. They would film things, and like they were super into wrestling, and they were teaching me how to take a steel chair to the head and where you're supposed to hit people and stuff. And I was a jerk when I was a kid. I'm still a jerk sometimes, but I was even more jerky as a kid. And like my friend's like, "Okay, now hit me with the chair," and I hit him with the part that I wasn't supposed to hit him with, and just took him out. And then I'm just sitting there like cackling and laughing, and I'm like, "Oh, why? Why did I do this? This is why I have no friends. I hit them with steel chairs." uh, they could do like promo videos beforehand, and like for like streams, or not for streams, for like the set. They could have like cosplayers dress up as the characters and do like videos threatening the other groups, like wrestlers do. Oh my god! And then at MagicCon, they could have a ring, like a wrestling ring set up, and then play Magic in the middle of the wrestling ring, and they could have wrestlers as the other partners, and they could do two-headed giant. See, Wizards, this is what's happening over here. You're missing out on brilliant ideas. Uh, and then they could have a wrestling match afterwards, like a real wrestling match for everybody to watch. I love wrestling. It's always a fun thing I remember doing on Saturday mornings. Now you can just watch it anytime you want. Now you can just watch pay-per-views, which is crazy. Or whenever I was a kid, I'd have to save up my allowances so I could watch pay-per-views, which my parents always thought was weird. Oh my god, I saw that they previewed Suplex, and I was like it's so silly. Like I remember fighting on that stupid ghost train. I really want to go back and play six. As I've been going through cards, and I was building Kefka yesterday, and I was going through stuff, and I was like, I really want to play this game again. I was like, I miss it. Like it was one of my favorites. I just have so many memories from it. Still one of my, still one of my favorites. Oh my God, Spider Garden, what the hell? But yeah, there's a whole bunch of. I feel like they'd have to reprint almost all fighting rig. Could be a wrestling ring. Uh, Damn it. Now I'm just sitting here thinking, like, Final Fantasy, screw this. Wrestling, I'm in. This is my ADHD brain. I just like, new thing? Sweet. Let's go there. Do these things. Was that reprinted on Commander Legends? Huh. This Vivian is actually really good. Green making things flash is she doesn't even have to do anything. She's just basically an enchantment, but she can make your creatures, and it's up until your next turn that she gives them vigilance and reaches, which is actually pretty good too. I do like this Vivian. She's really cool. I do love my novelty. I really want this artwork for Terra. There, I did not pull nearly anything that I wanted. But I think there's just so many things that I was just like, oh, I did pull things I want, but yeah, there's other things. Like I love all these profile cards. I'll probably use these for my commanders. And I did get the Kefka Surge of this Kefka, so I'm pretty excited. I mean, there's obviously going to be the commander. I want to see what kind of things they put out playmat wise and deck box wise and stuff. As an ambassador, feel free to send me those Ultra Pro. Please and thank you. This Yuna, she's so good. She makes me so happy. I kind of forgot that we were talking about Final Fantasy. I just started entering cards in, and we're getting things done. That's the only other thing is I get to stream, I get to talk to people, and I get to sort my cards at the same time. And I'm listening to music at the same time. Like, you really do have to multitask in this day and age, I feel like. Otherwise, it's just wasting time. Aggressive Mammoth. You are aggressive. Oh, he's on a Planeswalker deck. He's really good. I mean, it's an 8/8 for 6 with trample and just gives your other creatures trample. Trample wins games, especially in green. Right? I feel like I always have to be doing like 20 different things, even when I'm working. Like, I'm doing other stuff. Like, I'm building decks in my head, and I'm like, okay, these are the things I need to do when I get home. Like, okay, these are where these cards are. These are where the things I need when I get home are. I haven't even built decks for freaking Dragonstorm. Like, I only got 2 of the precons. I upgraded both precons. I ended up getting the Teamer one and the Jeskai one. Jeskai I got for my monk deck, because there was a whole bunch of really good monks. The worst thing is my Narset deck works really well, so like putting new cards in it, oh, I'm always worried that I'm gonna make it not work as well. But like, there's been so many good reprints and things that are good for my decks. Walking Ballista, you're still a card. You're still a thing. I really do like this Zidane art. I'll probably use this one. And SIDS. I don't know what I want to do with SIDS. I like that they have cycling. I feel like I can use that somehow to bring them back. It's weird that heroes are a creature type, and I'm not actually sure how many heroes are creatures. And are not all these creatures heroes? Or at least a good portion of them you would think would be heroes. I don't know, though. I might just be making stuff up. I don't... Yeah. I can't think of anything that's a hero. I mean, oh, Marvel stuff. Oh, yeah. Black Panther, Wolverine, Iron Man. Oh yeah, I forgot that we. I forgot the job one. Sid at all of his jobs, and it should just be 17 or 16 Sids, and just a bunch of airships, and jobs, airships, and Sids. That's what's happening. I got 4 of the Sids, so now I need to find the other ones. Plus, I have the one from the commander deck, but I don't want to take him out of the commander deck. Like, the commander decks I'll probably leave together and then do an upgrade on each of them, because there are characters and things that didn't get included in them, so I'm like, wow, I have to fix that. There's so many things I want to get done, like a Chocobo. You have your assignment. I will do that. I promise you, on the 30th, you will have a funny Sid deck. Actually, you know what? Let me just write this down so I don't forget. As I've already forgotten once. Sid jobs. Maybe I put citizens in there if I need to fill any other gaps with creatures. So I can give normal people jobs. That's right. On our plane, we actually create jobs. We don't take everybody's jobs away. If anything, we're trying to force jobs on people in our world. You don't even have a choice. Here's some chakras. You can give our commander +2/+2. God damn it! Nobody asked you what you wanted. You shut up, Sid. You do what I tell you to do. I'm so glad that there's all these Sids. It's so stupid. I like to think that somebody saw me say that and they were like, well, we should do this. I would like to take credit for it. I don't think that's true. But what are you doing down there? You found more dice? Ugh. She is a dice cat. She loves dice. Oh, this is another phoenix. Uh, Interesting. That's a planeswalker-y phoenix, though. Artwork is beautiful. Magic artwork makes me so happy. There's so many times that I'm just during games, especially during streams, where I'm just sitting there admiring Magic artwork. Like, I should be playing, but I'm like, I already figured out my turn. I figured out your turns. Unless you play something that changes things, I'll have to change what I'm thinking in my brain. But for the most part, I've already figured everything that's going on boards. Like, games make sense to me. I'm stupid with everything else in the world, but video games, strategy games. When I used to play Warhammer, Warhammer and MechWarrior, I was undefeated in MechWarrior. I was undefeated like every week. I would go and win because they used to have awesome prizes. Warhammer or MechWarrior. They would have like new mechs every week that were with their pilots, and so I was like, well, I need to win these, and like I would change my army every week and still win. Everybody hated being matched up against me because they knew they were going to lose, so they didn't even have a chance to. uh, feel like an ass saying that, but yeah. If elected, I plan to give everybody jobs. You want to live on an airship? Work on my airship? Excellent. You want to be a knight? We need knights. You want to be a mage or wizard? We need wizards. Join us here at Sid Inc. Everybody works with Sid. Oh man, okay. I'm gonna make a funny video for my deck tech. I've come up with a funny video. I'm gonna dress myself as Sid and introduce my deck and talk about my job plans. This is all your fault, Quinn. uh, a lot of times when I can't sleep, I just sit there and I think of videos and things that I want to do. I'm like, okay, and then occasionally I write them down on my phone so I remember them when I wake up in the morning because I probably was smoking at the time. That's when I get my best ideas. But isn't that when everybody gets their best ideas? Sometimes I wake up and I made a magic deck and I don't know what the hell it is. I'm like, hmm. Hey Noah, what's happening? It happens. Uh, like a lot of times I just can't sleep. Like I feel like my brain is just always going. If it's not doom thinking, which I try not to do, and not doom thinking as like the new Doom game, which I love Doom. I love the overtop games like Gears of War and Warhammer and stuff, and just the ridiculous giant weapons and terrible things going on. Makes me feel badass. Plus chainsaws. For some reason, the sound of a chainsaw makes me happy. That's probably why I enjoy Nine Inch Nails, is I just like clanging sounds and chainsaws. Uh, we have not made. I don't even know what they've added. So we got Sids. They're so cute. We got old Sids. We got big Sids. We got the coolest Sid right here with his ascot. This is the coolest Sid. Even though his other version is cooler. I really. That's the other thing is I just got Leonardo da Vinci and I was gonna make a Thopter deck, but I kind of want to put him in here with Sid. Does Leonardo da Vinci want to work with Sid? I feel like that's a thing. Ah, is he? You know who else? There's somebody else that was 420 that I was very amused by, and I was like, did they do this on purpose? It was recently. And I was like, this could possibly be on purpose. Which Sid is it? Sid 15, Sid 17. Alright, that's Sid 15, Sid 16. Oh, the coolest Sid. Okay, this is actually the coolest Sid. Final Fantasy 16 I've been playing, and, like, I'm into this Sid. And a sexy voice. He's all badass. He's got a cool bird. He actually turns into a summoning spell, which I'm actually surprised we didn't. Did we not get him as? Oh, I don't think we. I don't know. I wonder if we will get him as his. He turns into Ramat, I believe. The lightning. Interesting. I don't know. To go look. I don't know. That's an interesting question. But in the Final Fantasy 16, he's really super cool. Man, whenever I play video games and stuff, and every once in a while when a character does something super cool, I'm like, I wish I could do something super cool like that and say something cool and then just walk off. At some point, it never works that way. Everything I do is usually clumsy. I say something cool and I just fall over and trip over something. Let's see here. What is this? That is really pretty. This sky cloud expanse. Boop. Not this one. This one is not as pretty. It does not even look like there's looks very sad. It's very sad plains. 1035. Oh my god, it's crazy the amount of years that have been between some of the sets and that I just kind of the time disappears somehow. But this artwork on the Sky Cloud Expanse is really pretty. I like it when this happens in the real world. This Sky Cloud Expanse is much prettier than the other one. Oh, Narset, you silly enlightened master. You never hurt nobody. Narset has hurt many a folk. I actually forgot about this guy, too. There was a couple things. There was a couple cards in this deck that I had forgotten about. But I already have a plain Super Friends deck. So I'm just like, I don't need a second one. Like 2 of them. Oh, Absolute Virtue. You're so gross. Just a little bit. I do have her in my Narset deck, but it's because all the Narsets are in there. And she's in the 99. I was like, if she comes out, somebody will have to remove her, and if they don't, that's their own fault. They didn't put removal in their deck, or they don't have removal at the time. But there are three players, so somebody can try to stop me, right? Be like, it's not my fault. Oh, Quinn. That sounds like a you problem. No. So often, like, I don't know if I've ever actually cast her. I know the other one I've definitely done bad things with, so. 'Cause she's the head commander, the one that gives prowess to everybody. 842. See, there's certain things I do not use though, like Urza's Ruinous Blast. So all non-land permanents that aren't legendaries, even though in my Final Fantasy 13 deck that would go really well. I don't have a Legendary Matters deck, so I figured that would be my Final Fantasy 13 deck. It's just not a thing that I enjoy doing because I know that legendaries are good. Like, if you put a bunch of legendaries together, they're probably good. Like, back in the day, they were, like, always a really powerful card, but now they still are, but we're getting so many extras. Like, back in the day, you would get, like, 3 legendary creatures, and you'd be like, yeah! And now they're like 112. I'm like, where do I begin? At some point, we might just have legendary creatures and no normal creatures. Oh my god, that would be terrible. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah, you definitely have to have some kind of restriction. Like, otherwise, you just end up with something that's not fun for other people to play against. Just like my Sisay deck is Sisay Transformers, and none of the Transformers worked well together. But I wanted to put every single Transformer, so I needed a 5-color commander. So that's what it ended up becoming. It's silly. I mean, it does stuff because all the Transformers are pretty powerful, but like they don't work well together. Which is weird. You'd think the Transformers would work well together. Legendary dragons. Oh, who was that? I feel like I played somebody's legendary dragons. Does Tom have a legendary dragons deck? He might. I feel like it was recent that I just played against one. Hey, Barbie, what's up, baby girl? You coming up here? Come on. There you go. There you go. That's the thing is, I love legendary creatures. You're the worst. I love you. You're the worst. I love you. Wall of Denial. You are a very big booty. Oh, whoops. Wrong card. What did we just... Oh, you made me put this in the wrong place, baby girl. I got distracted by you. What are you doing? Don't knock everything over. Why do you have to knock everything over? Yeah, because you're the cutest. And you're silly. You're so silly. Is that what we're looking for? Oh, 995. No wonder I couldn't find the number. That was not the number I was looking for. You're just sitting here. Yeah. You're distracting me. Oh my god, it's almost 2 o'clock. Oops. I guess I probably should go record some videos, huh? Well, at least we got some stuff sorted, which is nice. At some point, I will have my collection completely on here. And that way, I can trade cards with people and stuff and be like, okay, this is where this is. That is the biggest problem, is just being able to find where everything is. So, I figure if I do this, like, once a day, eventually I'll finish everything. Maybe. At some point. I did not pull Choco, and it makes me so sad. I need a full art foil version of this for my Choco deck. I always build a deck for whatever cosplay or puppet that I bring. So, like, for Aether Drift, I had built my Aether Drift Samut deck, which wasn't Chandra, but Chandra is in it, so that counts. But Choco doesn't have a deck. I have a pocket inside of Choco to put the deck. I have a little boombox thing inside Choco so that it makes the Chocobo song. So I'm just going to be walking around MagicCon with the Chocobo song just blaring. So I'm going to get yelled at. Be like, you need to turn that boom tube down. Be like, no. But not only that, I made a mix of different Chocobo songs, so it's got a bunch of different Chocobo themes on it. uh, yeah. I what I'm doing with the Choco is all the one card. God damn it, Barbie, you're the worst. Baby girl, you're killing me. Barbie. Just found a Warhammer guy down here too. You're killing me, Barbie. Temptazoc is so good. I just found my bird deck is going to be all chocobos. I'm going to have them all modified to be chocobo artwork. So I've got my Birds of Paradise bird deck that I have. And then it's signed by different members of the Birds of Paradise. So it'll be chocobos with Birds of Paradise. Trust me, Choco will be there. What do we have? I have 6 decks that I will be posting that I have built so far. Unfortunately, I still like if they preview all the cards before then, I'll be able to post the decks before the 30th. Kojo. This is, I think, the artwork I'm using for my Kuja. I really don't want to use the Analia artwork. Really, I wish they would have used better or different artwork. It just doesn't work well for. I don't know. It just doesn't look good. My bad. It doesn't make me happy. Especially when there's a lot of other ones that are awesome, like Vive. I did pull a Vive, but I didn't pull the full art one. You know I did. I don't know. I'm excited to preview my decks. I just gotta. Most of them will be Choco and me arguing about things. Celeste, Mardu got a lot of cool stuff. Okay, well, now that it's 2 o'clock, I gotta go actually film some videos before my partner gets home. It's like, well, now we have less time, so. But thanks for hanging out with me. I love just sitting here talking about Magic and wrestling and just other random things. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. Yeah, I will be on Skilled Commanders podcast tonight talking about Final Fantasy and Magics. Love my magics. Thank you very much. I've got everything else set up behind me, so at least I don't have to do anything. Like, I like having things set up. It makes my life so much easier. Like, I'm like, I have to do this later. Let's just put this stuff here and have it ready. It makes things so much easier, and then you're not like, now I gotta go do this. You all have a good evening, and yeah, take care of yourselves. I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye, everyone.